Cancer, I actually had a bunch of different messages come through while I was meditating on your energy. So if any of these things resonate or feel like they are synchronous to your life right now, take that as a sign that there may be other messages in this reading for you at this time. It's kind of like a confirmation. And if it doesn't resonate or you feel drawn to another video, you're more than welcome to check out the playlist on my channel and even use your sun, moon, rising sign, chart ruler, whatever video you feel drawn most to. I ultimately just encourage you to trust your own intuition regardless of zodiac placement. Now, the first message I actually heard very quickly was good things come to those that wait. And the implication I actually got from this is I feel like you've been waiting for a while for something, or you've had to be very patient, or there's been kind of a slow, steady progress towards something. And I do feel like there is a reward or there is sort of a payoff coming through this approach. So I feel like that's actually something that could be happening sooner rather than later. But these are general readings or general messages. So maybe for some of you, you're further along, you've been waiting longer than others. That's just something that came through. I also heard automatic writing. So maybe that is a process for you to connect with or try. And for those of you who don't know what automatic writing is, it's basically just almost like a stream of consciousness writing. It's a form of channeling, and maybe doing this with your ancestors, your angels, your guides, whoever it is that you work with on the spiritual realm. It feels like there could be some messages or communication coming through. What's also interesting is at the time of this recording, even though this is a timeless reading, we did just have a full moon in your Sagittarius third house of communication, which includes things like writing. So maybe that's something that has kind of been a bit of the aftermath of this full moon. And you are ruled by the moon, Cancer, so you're especially sensitive to whatever is happening there. So that might be something, doing automatic writing or connecting to automatic writing. Maybe you're reading someone else's channeled writing or messages. I also heard glass half full, and with that I got perspective shift, and then that turned into failures versus not yets. So whatever is going on in your life right now, it does feel like you're being asked to see the silver linings. And if you are feeling like there's something that you're not living up to, or there's a sense of failure or incompletion, I think it is important to see how far you've come and to see the progress that you've made. And if it feels like you're failing, rephrasing that to, I haven't succeeded yet. I haven't accomplished what I set out to do yet. And kind of going back to the message at the beginning, it's not too late. That was actually another message I got for you that was more about love. But it's never too late to find success. It's also never too late to find love. So don't feel like that is something that is time sensitive or time limited for you. And that could also be applying to someone else you are connecting with as well. I also heard the phrase night bloom, and I kind of saw a couple of different flowers. I saw some jasmine, and I saw some moon lilies. These are plants that bloom at night. And a lot of the time when I think of night blooming plants, I do kind of think of the beauty that can come from periods of darkness or dark nights of the soul. And so it does feel like something is blooming, something is blossoming, and maybe even when you least expect it. So I actually feel really positive about this message for you. And then I was asking about relationships. I heard the phrase, thank you for being a friend, like the Golden Girls theme song. So maybe there's a really solid friendship or a friendship that is becoming something more for you. That could be something that's kind of like a synchronicity as well for a few of you. And again, not too late was another thing. And it was just not too late, ellipses. So it might not be too late to find a relationship, to find a home, to have children, to start a life, to start a new life chapter. I feel like you have put a lot of pressure on yourself, and there was kind of this overarching theme of patience. I did actually pull a couple of animal cards, and we will get into the tarot in just a moment. But before we get any further into this reading, I do just want to take a moment to thank all of you who support this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. If you haven't done so already, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe and bell notification if you've been following around for some time, as I am looking to rebrand, and that way you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. And of course, if you are new to this channel, I would love to have you a part of it as well. I am also running a sale on my website, so if you would like to work one-on-one, you're ready for that deep dive, you can actually get get 15% off using the code Jupiter through June 24th. And this applies to all of my services, so it can work for psychic/intuitive readings, as well as astrology and energy healing sessions. So now is a great time to work together if you've been looking to do that as well. You can find the link in the description of this video and book that today. So I do want to get into these animal cards for you, Cancer, because I did get the Cobra, and I couldn't help but smile because this is kind of that card that really symbolizes to me pausing, waiting for that perfect time to strike. And I do think of the Cobra as being very spiritually advanced. It kind of reminds me of the story of Buddha sitting in the rain, and there was a cobra that opened its hood and kind of like an umbrella protected Gautama from the rain. So it feels like there is something here that is like a spiritual protection, something that is shielding you at this time, especially while you are doing spiritual work, such as meditation or even some sort of magical practice. Another thing that I did here was like earth-based practices or earth elemental energy. But it felt like that applied to magic specifically. So if you do energy work or you do some sort of magical practice, it feels like it's really important for you actually to connect with the earth element. Now, even though the Cobra is a fire card in the animal spirit deck, I do think of snakes as in general as being very close to the earth. They literally slide and slither across the earth with their bodies. So there's kind of this grounded spirituality, this grounded practical wisdom, and knowing when to strike, having that discernment and kind of waiting to bide, or biding your time, rather. I did also see the Fox, which is an earth elemental card, and there is certainly a sense of mystique and mysticism that is coming here, and maybe you're kind of embodying this. You are coming across as quite charming and maybe even mischievous. Now, what's interesting is that when I see the Fox card, it does almost feel like there is something to move or go after. Because we see this encounter with a fox very often where it's very quick, it's very brief, and then it kind of goes away. And it feels like there is this invitation for you to follow something or to go after something. And it's very important that you are listening to your intuition, especially in the form of like a teacher or a mentor or guide. If there is anyone kind of showing up in your orbit right now who you are resonating with or feeling drawn to, there may very well be things that you are meant to learn from that person or to gain from their perspective. And that actually could really be anyone as well. I don't want to just limit that to like a mentor figure, but that did kind of come in with the Cobra and honestly with the Fox as well. But I do feel like there is this magic here, and you might even be underestimating your magic. I'm also getting like shapeshifter energy as well. So maybe there's something with deception around you that could be something that you need to be discerning with, but I actually feel like you are the one who's doing the shape-shifting or stepping into new roles, new aspects of yourself, which is quite interesting. So very, very curious to pull some tarot cards for you, Cancer. Definitely lots of different messages here already. Comment down below what is standing out to you so far, if there's anything that's kind of resonating. It feels like you are supposed to be paying attention to synchronicities right now, because that also is kind of a theme. And there is something about timing, divine timing. So what are the messages that we have for Cancer? And as I am shuffling the cards here, I just want to give my friendly reminder, these are general readings. So again, really use your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else, as well as how these messages could apply. Some of these energies might be coming in as another person, and it might be your own, or vice versa. And don't force things to fit, but let them kind of fill in the gaps for you organically as they kind of come to you. It might even be a good idea to kind of pause this video and take a moment to breathe or check in with yourself or meditate so you can best discern what messages are meant for you at this time. And again, if this video doesn't resonate, it's totally fine. Nothing went wrong. It simply means that it wasn't meant for you at this time, but there could be some messages in the other videos, so you're welcome to check out the playlist again that is on my channel. So what are the messages that we have for Cancer? What are the messages for Cancer? I mean, there was a lot of clairaudience too. I just want to say that. So there could be There could be messages that you're hearing in your head or through songs or even just ringing in your ear. Ooh. Interesting. Maybe even from ancestors. You might be feeling like you are connected with deceased loved ones, specifically family members or people from your lineage, or people who share a similar ancestry to you or similar background. I'm getting that with the Ten of Pentacles showing up in the past. I'm feeling like there's some sort of connection to legacy. Tell me more about this Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. Maybe some of you have been making decisions based off of what your family wanted you to do. And even though I see the Ten of Cups as being very abundant, very stable, I do get a sense of dissatisfaction. So maybe from the outside, your life might actually look pretty good to some other people. They might not know that there are longings for more or something different. Longings for something different. I really kind of get that with this Four of Cups, which is sort of interesting. And maybe there is something here to be said about practicing gratitude, because I did get that message, you know, the glass is half full. And I feel like some of you might have even built some stability for yourself. Maybe that's still here now. Maybe it's something that was only in the past, but you've managed to create stability for yourself. And it's important that you're remembering that right now, Cancer. What else do we have for Cancer? Wow. Wow. Wheel of Fortune with the Star. There is something about fate and destiny here. And maybe even kind of maybe it feels like there's a conflict between the two of them for some reason. Wow. I love to see this combination. There's more to life than this. There's more to your life than this. I'm hearing that. Because I feel like some of you have kind of just been in a routine or in a cycle. And I don't necessarily read reversals all the time, especially with this Wild Unknown deck. I kind of just take in the energy almost like it's an entire dynamic, upright and reverse. And so with the Ten of Pentacles here, it does almost feel like you've been confined or stuck in some way. And it feels like there's a major calling or change. And that's kind of the advice. That's what you've been learning about. There is more to your life than this. And I feel like finding a sense of faith, finding hope, looking forward to things. And we do have Jupiter entering into your sign. So there is a lot of growth and expansion. That's actually something that's already happened at the time of this recording. So maybe if you are watching in 2025 or even into the first half of 2026, you're still feeling that really expansive, benefic energy that's going to be blessing your life for the next year and offering you some growth and opportunities, or just reconnecting you to things that are about faith. And I mean, it's interesting right now because I think the world feels... there's a lot of struggle in the world, you know, we're kind of on the brink of world war. We're having a lot of conflict. There's a lot of tension. And yet the thing that I am seeing that I think is really beautiful is that we do have people coming together. And I did talk about this at the beginning of the year for the 2025 forecast. That's actually in the blog section on my website if you want to check that out. I actually do really recommend it because you have a big role to play this year. But Jupiter in your sign, Cancer, really is about finding faith in family, in home, in connection, in your roots, and people coming together, getting back to the heart of things. And so I feel like as hard as things feel right now, because I know a lot of people are feeling the sort of constriction and the fear and the anxiety, finding hope and faith in the people and things you love. I think that's how you're going to get through this. That's how we're all going to get through this. That is where we find luck and expansion right now. Wow. Oh my God, Cancer. I told you, Temperance in the present position. This is literally the card of patience and divine timing. And this is showing up so central to your reading. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love this. So much healing with the Star and Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. You're getting like a new lease on life. You're getting a major perspective shift, and you're kind of getting out of a pattern that you've been in. Rewriting your story. And I'm hearing you've waited your whole life for this now. You know, good things come to people who wait. Ooh. Several cards coming out here. We have the Two of Wands with the Queen of Wands. Moving forward, feeling excited, looking forward to things again, feeling very passionate, making things happen. We also have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, and this kind of feels like a dynamic of trying to hold on to what is or was and feeling the need to make a change. And it does feel like you could be undergoing some major transition right now. And while the Four of Pentacles ultimately, to me, is a hopeful card, sometimes it can indicate needing to be frugal or selective with what you're spending. So if you are kind of going through a period of uncertainty, I think you're going to be okay. But it might just be a good idea to be mindful of what you are spending money on. Because what you spend money on is also what you put energy towards as well. And does that really feel like it serves your highest good or is aligned with who you want to be? But I do feel there's a big change. What is this change about? What is this change about for Cancer? We have the Lovers. Ooh. There could be a really important relationship or connection that comes in for many of you, or maybe a deepening of an existing relationship. And I also want to say that the Lover sometimes represents a choice or a commitment to yourself as well. And I really love this depiction of the Lovers because it's these two geese, these two migrating geese, and they're moving in the same direction. And so it feels like as you are following your own North Star, your guiding light, that is when you meet people. That is when you align with the people who are meant for you. Wow. I am loving this energy for you, Cancer. And you know, it's funny too, because we are literally today starting your season, or tomorrow, which is probably when this will be coming out. So it is your turn. It is your time to shine. Your moment in the sun. Your moment in the spotlight. I'm also getting that for some of you. Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups. Dreaming of things. It's almost like whatever is changing in your life, Cancer, what I'm getting from the Seven of Cups is like, it's making you second guess what you've assumed to be real or true. There might be more possibilities than you ever allowed yourself to realize about what your life could be like, what your life could look like. And there could be some confusion, actually. You may have some choices to make. You may be presented with some options. But it feels dreamy in a positive way. I was actually going to say, too, with Saturn and Neptune in your Aries 10th house, a lot of you are getting very serious about your role, your public image. And I also want to say too, if any of you who are watching this just so happen to be Libra risings, Jupiter is in your 10th house as well. So there is a lot of growth and emphasis on career and public image. So this might also be confirmation for those of you watching as well. You are making your dreams a reality. You're committing to your dreams. And you're not bargaining with yourself anymore. You're not downplaying what you want. Going after what you really want. And maybe you're even figuring out what that means for you. Maybe you don't even know right now. But I do feel like there is a big calling, whether you have words for it or not. But I feel like a lot of you already know what this next direction or next chapter is about. You're getting feelings, impressions of it. And it does feel like you might be leaving something familiar behind, or leaving kind of an old way of thinking or living behind. Any other messages for Cancer? Anything else we should be aware of? Interesting. 7 of Pentacles. Again, lots of 7s here. Interesting. Or at least we have the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles coming out together. So you might be seeing lots of 7s, very lucky, very spiritual. But the 7 of Pentacles really is like dedication, hard work, growth, and it's slow and steady. It feels like your life's work. This is your life's work, or your lifelong relationship, or like your life partner. Like these are things that are coming into focus. Or they are being built upon. I feel like there's one more card for you. The Magician. Yes, you are creating things, you are manifesting things, you have all of the elements, you have what you need. You are making something magical happen, Cancer. You are exceeding your own expectations, and it's opening a whole new world of possibility for you. I want to also tell this group, if you do some sort of manifestation or visualization practice, make sure to do small things. Things that feel very attainable or almost inconsequential even, because when you have a lot of emotional intensity behind something, it can take longer. You know, it's usually loftier, it's usually bigger. But it feels like it's important to give yourself those little affirmations. And again, seeing the glass half full, seeing how much you've done, how much you've created for yourself. And I don't just mean manifestation in a passive sense here either, because this Magician is a cheetah. It goes after something and it moves fast. So figure out what is aligned for you. Figure out what it is that you desire and go for it. And again, I don't think this is necessarily just happening all at once. I think this is something that your whole life has led you to. It's like your whole life has led you to a certain moment, a certain chapter. And I feel like this is applying to relationships. It's applying to your purpose. It's applying to a lot of different things at once. I'm hearing culmination. It's a culmination of many things right now. And you are also kind of rewriting some intergenerational trauma or old patterns in this process too. So I feel like there's very deep healing that is happening at the root level for you, Cancer. I almost wanted to call you Capricorn. That's interesting. And those are all the messages I am getting for you at this time. So keep it up. Whatever it is you're doing, I feel like it is working. I'm sending lots of positive energy your way. And if you've made it all the way to the end here, do they have a cheetah emoji? I think they do. Leave that or make a little fox emoji. Let us know you've made it all the way to the end here. If you've listened this far and you're a trooper. Good for you. Really claim this beautiful energy, these messages. And again, you can find the links in the description of this video for my website where you can book a one-on-one session with me. Again, I'm running a sale through June 24th. You can get 15% off using the code Jupiter. You can also find all of my other social media accounts as well, so that way you know you are following me, especially as I am rebranding. And I will see you all in the next video. I'm sending lots of love and blessings your way. Take care, Cancer.